Phase 2 of the Super Squadron experiment represents the most significant phase of this initiative to date, involving the largest movement of forces since the program began. Unlike Phase 1, which involved a relatively small transfer of 9 F-16s, and approximately 150 personnel from Kunsan Air Base to Osan Air Base, Phase 2 brings nearly the entire 35th Fighter Squadron to Osan, including 31 F-16 aircraft and roughly 1,000 personnel. The purpose of this movement is not simply to relocate aircraft and people, it is to test in a controlled, operationally realistic environment how larger, consolidated fighter forces can be organized, deployed, and sustained to generate more combat power, improve readiness, and increase the operational flexibility of the United States Air Force in the Indo-Pacific theater. This experiment is designed to examine whether concentrating a larger number of aircraft at a single location, without permanently relocating units, can maximize the efficiency of sortie generation, optimize maintenance workflows, reduce logistics strain, and improve coordination across multiple operational domains while still preserving the ability of the broader network of bases in Korea to respond to contingencies. The relocation to Osan significantly enhances the operational posture of U.S. forces on the Korean peninsula. With both the 36th Fighter Squadron and the 35th Fighter Squadron operating from the same base, Osan temporarily becomes the largest concentration of U.S. F-16 combat aircraft in the region. This concentration provides multiple advantages in operational readiness and combat effectiveness. It allows for more efficient coordination between units, enabling faster generation of combat sorties, more streamlined maintenance cycles, and more effective allocation of personnel and resources. The concentrated presence also allows leadership to observe and evaluate how command and control structures perform under increased load and complexity. The movement also provides the 35th Fighter Squadron an opportunity to operate in a different operational environment than its home base at Kunsan, challenging personnel to adapt to new conditions, integrate with different support structures, and coordinate closely with the host 51st Fighter Wing. These experiences enhance the squadron's operational flexibility, resilience, and ability to respond quickly and effectively in dynamic conditions, while simultaneously testing the limits of manpower, logistics, and aircraft maintenance under a higher tempo of operations. While the majority of the 35th Fighter Squadron is operating temporarily from Osan, Kunsan Air Base continues to maintain a functional role. It remains capable of hosting exercises, supporting rotational deployments, and storing war reserve material, ensuring that operational capacity is preserved across multiple locations. This approach allows the Air Force to test the concentrated squadron concept without compromising readiness or leaving any gaps in defense capability. By maintaining dual operational capability at Kunsan and Osan, the Air Force ensures that it can continue to train, deploy, and sustain forces while simultaneously testing new operational concepts in a realistic setting. The temporary nature of this reassignment allows the Air Force to control variables, monitor performance, and collect comprehensive data without committing to permanent structural changes until results are fully assessed. Phase 2 builds on lessons learned during Phase 1, where the movement of a smaller detachment demonstrated that consolidating forces could provide measurable benefits in readiness and combat capability. Phase 1 also revealed operational challenges related to maintenance cycles, manpower allocation, logistics management, and command and control efficiency. By scaling up to an entire squadron, Phase 2 allows the Air Force to stress test the concept under more realistic operational conditions. The experiment examines whether a larger unit can maintain high levels of operational effectiveness while handling increased logistical demands, personnel management complexities, and the coordination of multiple aircraft and missions simultaneously. Observing how the squadron performs under these conditions will provide critical insights into the scalability and sustainability of the Super Squadron model, guiding future decisions on the organization of fighter forces not only in Korea but potentially across the broader Indo-Pacific region. The consolidation of forces at Osan also carries significant strategic implications. By concentrating two fully operational squadrons at a single location, the United States demonstrates its capacity to rapidly generate combat power and project air dominance in a region of high strategic importance. This serves as a clear signal of deterrence, showing that U.S. forces can respond quickly and effectively to potential contingencies. The movement strengthens combined readiness with allied forces by allowing for integrated operations and joint training opportunities, ensuring that both U.S. and partner forces can operate cohesively under realistic conditions. The experiment also provides a venue to refine operational procedures, optimize maintenance workflows, improve logistics coordination, and enhance the efficiency of large-scale air operations, all of which contribute to maintaining a credible and responsive deterrent posture on the Korean Peninsula. Operating a full squadron from a temporary location tests endurance, adaptability, and operational management. The squadron must manage personnel effectively in a non-permanent setting, adjust to altered command structures, optimize maintenance routines for increased aircraft numbers, and ensure that operational tempo can be maintained over an extended period. These experiences provide actionable data for leadership regarding the limits of force concentration and the effectiveness of centralized operations. The lessons learned will inform decisions about how to maximize combat power while maintaining operational readiness and flexibility, which are critical in environments where rapid response and sustained operations may be required. This also helps the Air Force understand how to allocate personnel and resources efficiently when operating at higher intensity, ensuring that the forces can maintain peak performance without degradation of capability. Phase 2 also allows the Air Force to examine integration and interoperability at a larger scale. By operating closely with the 51st Fighter Wing and other supporting units at Osan, the 35th Fighter Squadron can refine procedures for coordinating large numbers of aircraft, optimizing sortie generation, and conducting joint missions. This provides valuable insights into how units can operate as a cohesive and highly effective fighting force under realistic conditions, while also testing command structures, communications protocols, and the flow of operational information. These lessons contribute to improving the effectiveness of the U.S. Air Force's organizational structures and enhance the capability to manage multiple units operating in concert, which is essential for maintaining operational superiority in complex and contested environments. The temporary reassignment also provides a platform for evaluating long-term force design and deployment strategies. By collecting data on how concentrated units perform, including metrics on sortie rates, maintenance efficiency, logistics throughput, and personnel readiness, the Air Force can make evidence-based decisions about future basing models, squadron organization, and resource allocation. Phase 2 will reveal which aspects of concentrated operations enhance combat effectiveness and which areas require adjustments, providing a foundation for refining tactics, techniques, and procedures for larger-scale deployments. This knowledge is critical for ensuring that U.S. fighter forces remain capable, resilient, and ready to operate at a high tempo across the Indo-Pacific theater. The results of Phase 2 will have implications beyond the Korean Peninsula. If successful, the Super Squadron concept could inform broader U.S. Air Force strategies for concentrating combat power, optimizing force generation, and sustaining operational readiness across multiple theaters. It could influence how squadrons are structured, how bases are utilized, and how personnel and resources are allocated to maximize combat effectiveness while maintaining flexibility. The experiment demonstrates that the U.S. Air Force is taking a deliberate, methodical approach to improving operational efficiency, enhancing readiness, and increasing the effectiveness of combat airpower in a region where rapid response capability is essential. Phase 2 of the Super Squadron experiment represents a decisive and large-scale test of new operational concepts, providing the Air Force with a unique opportunity to observe how a fully concentrated fighter squadron can perform under realistic conditions. It strengthens the U.S. operational posture on the Korean Peninsula, enhances deterrence, improves flexibility and readiness, and generates critical data that will guide future decisions about force organization, deployment, and strategic planning. The relocation of the 35th Fighter Squadron to Osan, operating alongside the 36th Fighter Squadron, demonstrates the ability to generate significant combat power rapidly while maintaining operational effectiveness across multiple bases. The experiment validates the concept of concentrated squadron operations, highlights areas for improvement, and provides the knowledge necessary to optimize the U.S. Air Force's fighter force structure for maximum efficiency, resilience, and responsiveness in the Indo-Pacific theater.